Hey guys, thanks for tuning in to another video on forgotten weapons.
Oh, no. This is for our channel.
Oh.
We're here in Finland, Finnish Brutality 2024, and we'll kind of address a couple of feedback and questions that we got for Link's Brutality this year.
I heard you got some comments that maybe need to be answered.
Yeah, well, just to get a quick backstory, Brutality matches are special kind of matches. They are not a competition who's a better shooter. It's more about like experiencing the stages, doing it safely, and competing against yourself and the stage.
That's exactly what I was going to say. It's been you against the stage, and you against yourself.
The issue is that, especially at Links, we get a lot of competitive shooters. You know, maybe they do IPSC or whatever, and they're used to like, I don't know, fair stages.
What?
And they're used to like very strict rules, and they try to game everything. So.
How'd that work out for them?
Well, not the best. Let's hear the first one.
All right. Is that true?
No way. I don't believe it.
No, that actually, if that's true, that indicates a serious stage design failure. They were all supposed to be way more difficult for Stalker.
No. I think that's impossible. Like, you cannot put 20 kilos of armor on and then do worse on a stage. That's impossible. Also, like gas masks, everyone knows that gas masks give you more oxygen. You can breathe easily. Clear view, you know, through the lens. So I think they should do better. So I think that's an issue with their training, definitely.
Someone clearly doesn't understand the intent of shooting in the hardest, most brutal division.
Yep. If you do armored, you do it for yourself. You're trying to, I don't know, maybe prove something to yourself or whatever, or just want to embrace the suck.
Yeah, or you're just an idiot.
Or you want to LARP. Doesn't matter, but. You don't do armor if you want to get the easy route on the stages. So,
all right, what's our next question? So this is like a complaint based on the other shooting disciplines where every stage is exactly balanced against every other stage. So you have this really weird mathematical scoring so that everything is exactly the same and equal.
The person that wrote this comment doesn't understand the scoring. The pistol-only stages were very, very decisive for top 10 shooters, because if you got a penalty there, and there were a lot of possibility for penalties on pistol shooting courses, that was a big difference. And kettlebell, if you did it really good, you could get a lot of bonuses. So maybe people don't realize, but they like some people actually got minus time on it, so it's part-time 180. Someone profited, I think, 20 seconds on that stage.
Wow.
Yeah, so that's a good bonus. That's a big difference. That means that if you did three misses on a pistol stage, you got them back on that stage. So it does kind of balances out. Like, if you do your best on every stage, it will show.
Also, it doesn't matter if all the stages are exactly the same proportion of the final score. Like,
that's true.
We considered that and decided against it. Actually, we didn't even think about that because we don't care.
Okay, so tunnel red, everyone did it. We had a couple of bigger competitors, especially the one from the US team.
Yeah, like all of Team America was.
Well, yeah, but look, they did it. Yeah? They did it. They went through. And
absolutely.
The thing is that stage was made specifically to stop gamers. I tested the obstacles. It was made from like very, very tough chains and ropes, and it was made in a way that if you want to go quickly inside, you will get stuck. But people with armored were very fast on it. If they went a bit slower and were able to push those obstacles away, and they didn't snag. So if you thought like, oh yeah, I will try to like gain this and just like go fast, you got stuck. So that was your own fault. We have, I think, one of the best shooters that won or was close to winning was armored, and he did it without a problem. So
it's like that Chinese finger trap thing.
Yep.
If you just, it doesn't work.
You have to do it slowly.
Be gentle and think about it.
So we put a lot of thought behind the stages, and it's made in a way for a reason. You know, it's not made in a way that you will have a good time. Well, you have an easy time on the stage.
Maybe there's some misconception here that Stalker is somehow supposed to be competitive against people in open. It's not. That's why there are divisions. And if you're concerned about your overall score, you have divisions so that you can compare yourself to people who are shooting under equal handicaps.
Yep. But also, there's another reason here. Like, people, if you want to have the best overall score, go open. That's the easiest one. But people don't respect open as much as armored, because the winner of armored division this year, and he had a lower score than open, he got a free ticket to finish Brutality.
Nice.
Yeah? Yari came there, the CEO over Stalker said, respect, man, give him the ticket. So that's that means more than just, oh, I had the best time. Nobody really cares. Yeah. It's funny that all 3 or 4 complaints that we got about a 36 kilo kettlebell were from men. And we had quite a lot of women shooters competing. None of them complained. Like, I asked them about it specifically, and that's why the rule was that you could actually carry the kettlebell. You didn't have to throw it. But if your ego prevents you to carry it a bit, that's your problem. So if the women didn't bother with that, so I don't know. What do you think? Was it too heavy?
No. If anything, it was too light.
Okay, so next
practice.
year, 50 kilos?
Work out, get better. We considered fair and decided against it. That's part of the challenge. In fact, especially on the range facility that you have, where there is there's not that much long range accessibility. One of the ways that you can make shots harder is by making them smaller or making the targets less obviously visible. For what it's worth, from a range management perspective, it also makes it way faster and simpler to run the match if you are not having to go out and repaint the targets after every shooter or every squad. Instead, the idea is you make them dirt colored, and then they're equally awfully hard for everybody.
Yep, I learned that. I learned that thing my first time here on Finnish Brutality. The same thing. Like, I was like, the targets are not visible, and Yari goes, yes, that's the point. And essentially, I think the targets are painted for the first squad in the day, and it just gets worse and worse and worse.
I would honestly encourage you to not do that.
Okay. So yeah,
out here at Finnish Brutality, they're never painted.
Yep, that's a Brutality. That's a specific thing that we do at a Brutality. Don't paint the targets.
So we actually have a lot of active duty military and paramilitary who shoot matches like this, and they're training real skills. I'm out here LARPing and having fun. They're training real skills, and the real targets they might be engaging are not going out there painting themselves bright white to be easily spotted.
Good point. We thought about making it fair, but we decided against it. Yes, that's a Brutality, and actually that's more of a compliment than anything else. The stages were designed in a way that your normal training will probably not include that. So that means that if you come from IPSC or if you come just like an amateur shooter that does some training at home, they kind of both have the same chance. Like, you need to perform in a strange shooting position, doing some like complicated tasks, because that's what we are searching for. We try to confuse the shooter and make him uncomfortable, and he also has to hit the targets and do the stage. That's the point, I guess, of the Brutality.
The goal actually would be to have, like, it shouldn't help you if you can watch 100 people do the stage first. The stages should be not simple enough, but straightforward enough that the only reason that it helps you if you see other people do it first is because it just allows you to drill the order of everything into your head, so that, like, if you're a good shooter, you can complete complex tasks under stress. You can go from, okay, first I have to do this, and then I drag the dummy out of the car, and then I have to engage these rifle targets. If you can't do that, and your backup solution is to just try and rote memorize the thing so you can say it back in your sleep, then watching a lot of people shoot the stage beforehand will help. But what we really don't want stages where there's actually a benefit to watching other shooters do it first. We want it to be equally hard and challenging for everybody.
Yeah, I think that again, I think this is probably coming from IPSC shooters or whatever, because they always get like the stage walkthrough, and they can memorize everything and do the air gunning and stuff.
It's worth pointing out here that one of the things that Brutality does that most other competitions don't do is the ROs will coach you. They will help you. And so the idea that I wasn't able to properly memorize every step of the stage is ameliorated by the fact that if you get up and you're like, yeah, what do I do here? The RO will tell you. The RO will be like, go to the car, shoot that thing.
And if you forget something, That's a good point. That's a big thing about the brutality. It's not a competitive match like who gets better. It's a match that a shooter tries to defeat the stage, and the arrows will actually help you.
The arrows are there to help you complete the challenge.
Exactly.
And your teammates are there to help you complete the challenge too.
Yep. So if you have a teammate behind you, they can spot for you, they can cheer you on, they can help you with just like shouting, oh, you have to shoot that target, oh, you forgot that one, whatever. Look, that's everything is legal. It's actually encouraged. It's a friendly atmosphere, and it's more about having fun and doing the challenges than like who gets better time.
Yeah. It's not about points. It's about experience. Well, everyone's going to start at some point and end at some point. If you start late, you're going to end late. And so if there's a lot of rain, everyone's screwed somehow.
Actually, I think we'll correct this issue for next year. We will make the stage muddier from the beginning. Much more mud, much more water, so everyone will suffer equally. But no, that's another reality. Like, yes, it depends on which stage you start. But some people have an upper edge because they start fresh on, on a kettlebell. Some people have an upper edge because they start on one of the stages, with a pistol. It's not equal. It cannot be equal.
And we're not going to try to make it equal.
Exactly.
Well, you can make it equally worse. But we're not going to try and solve people's, like, oh, I got it hard because of this.
Actually, the V-TAC barricade was made by me, and it was made specifically to be too tight for anything. And I have failed because some people were actually able to push their muzzle through it. Because what I hate is people gaining stuff. And last year, people used like really crazy muzzle devices, and they kind of blew up the V-TAC barricade. Instead of then using the slit like this, they could actually aim straight. And that defeats the purpose of the drill, because if you're aiming straight, you don't need to, you can aim straight. But if you move the gun in this position, it will move your point of impact. That's the point of that drill. So next year, we'll make it even worse. 3D suppressors or not.
Criticism heard, we'll fix it. Yes. Make it worse for everybody. Okay, usually it's the shorter people that have a harder time. One of the things I've found with stage design is that it's easy to make a stage that's harder for smaller, lighter people. It's more of a challenge as a stage designer to come up with a stage that's more challenging for big, tall people and easier for smaller, shorter people. And the goal here is to make some stages that'll be awful for everyone. And yeah, people will have advantages and disadvantages on different stages because everyone's different. There's equal opportunity, but not equal outcome, right? Easy and simple are not the same thing.
Yep.
If you're really good, a lot of the stages are simple.
Pistol disco was, I think, one of the stages that got people the most penalties. So it was not simple. If you shoot pistol good for you. That was simple for you. But a lot of people kind of struggled, especially with one hand.
Yeah.
And that's the point. Like, it forces you to practice with everything.
Dude, if a stage was too easy for you, embrace it. Yep. Run with it, because the next one's not going to be. One of the things that really bugs me is seeing a competition where there's some awesome, valuable stuff on the prize table, and it's set up so that the first place result or first place competitors get the first shot at the prize table, because 95% of the time, the first shooter up there does the best, has all the gear. They're going to take the most expensive thing and they're going to flip it on eBay the next day. And that's fine. But I would much rather see an opportunity for the shooters who are getting into the sport, the shooters who are trying, and the shooters who don't already have all of the good gear to have a chance to get something that's really awesome and will really help them improve their game.
Again, a brutality match is more of an experience than a competition. Yes, we keep score, but we don't really care who's like the top best shooter, because if we would reward the top best shooter, the top overall, everyone would shoot open. That's not the point.
And everyone's going to try to figure out how to bypass the challenges.
Yes.
To get a better time.
Exactly. But our point is, yeah, you are the first in your category. You get a patch, which is, I don't know, it has sentimental value.
Holy crap, that patch is way more valuable to me than some number on a sheet or a... I should say, I think it would be. I haven't ever gotten one of those patches, so.
And the thing is that for the giveaway, We want to give everyone the equal opportunity to get the prizes.
Yep.
Even if you DQ on the first stage, the first shot, you're still in the prize what is
Drawing.
it? Yeah, prize draw. And essentially that's the point. Like getting the community together, trying to make it enjoyable for everyone. And even if you're the worst shooter, you came there, you shot one shot, you got DQ'd, you still have a chance to get the main prize, the rifle that's worth 3,000 euros. Maybe you're lucky.
And on that note, it's time for us to go embrace the suck at our next Finish Brutality stage.
Oh, fuck. Mine ears.
All right. Thanks. We're out.
Oh, fuck. Okay, this is better.